So this has been floating around on the internet for a little bit, and I think I'm gonna have to turn my sound back up. This has been floating around on the internet for a little bit, and this is about Steven Crowder. So Crowder, as we all know, resident cringe lord. We hate him. He walked around with his gang of goons. We see one of his goons back here. He had a live stream. He had a live stream where he walked around Dallas, Texas for a little bit while puffing daintily on a cigar, talking about how terrible the protesters are and how Black Lives Matter must be stopped at all costs because reasons. And so he was walking around and he actually got into a little altercation with a street artist. I didn't say white goons, I just said goons. He got into a little spat with a street artist as he was walking around. Yeah, they're walking around without masks, mind you. None of the people in this video have masks. But you know, Crowder specifically, it doesn't have a mask. So yeah, just a little icing on the cake of who these people are. So I wanted to watch this with you all, see what happens, and you know, because I haven't watched this whole thing yet. I have no clue exactly what goes down, but apparently it's supposed to be a hilarious meme. But you know what, with Crowder, I remember that one time where he was with the socialism is bad and evil debate, and some really smart kid sat down and was like, you don't even know what socialism is, you buffoon. And he started crying because he called him an idiot. Oh, he called him retarded, I think. He called him retarded, and Crowder started crying, like literally crying on stage, and started yelling at the guy, and he lost the debate, and then he like got up and left. Even when the whole crowd just came to watch Crowder, like BTFO, some like little kid who thought socialism was like all right. You know, but let's see. Oh, also, I'm sorry if you're wearing headphones right now. I'm very sorry, but the channels are really messed up, and it's gonna be way louder in your right ear. I'm sorry.
Hey man, do you mind if I ask is this your business here? Yeah, you had to board it up?
No, this is my business.
This is your business?
No, I'm minding my business.
Oh, is this your business here?
No, I don't own this.
Oh, did they ask you to paint this here?
No, I painted this because God told me to.
You painted these because God told you to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's actually very nice. Who is this that you're painting?
This is for Soto.
For who?
Soto.
Can you tell me about Soto?
Justice for Soto. He was,
So the Crowder walks up to this random street artist. So he's just out here, shirtless king, with with something on his head, painting a mural on a business board for, I don't know, reasons. I guess he'll get into it.
well, rumor has it that he had pulled a weapon on a police officer when they had stopped him.
Okay.
They had said that he had a gun, but everyone else is saying that he just had a cell phone.
Right.
So because of that, you know, the people want justice.
By the way, I'm Steven, by the way. We're not supposed to social distancing, right? Apparently riots cure COVID.
As he apparently riots cure COVID. Yes, because that's why people are rioting, Steven. It's because it cures COVID. Something along those lines. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your input, comedian man. I know, painting on a wood panel, such an evil. True, he is evil. He must be put down only if a police officer was here to put 20 bullets into his spine. Right? Yeah, he's professional comedian, mind you. Hee comedy. comedy man. As he fist bumps this guy and talks directly into his beard during a pandemic. Also, look at this posture. Look. Oh, wait a second. I need to move my camera. Wait, I'm gonna turn off my camera for a second. I want you guys to see this guy's back. Look at his posture, dude. Look at it. This guy's supposed to be like a exemplary figure for masculinity. My man's hunched over like the freaking hunchback in Notre Dame, and he's sitting here like he's some sort of like Chad alpha male. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
So do we know for sure if he had a cell phone or if he had a gun?
Do we know if he had a...
Yeah, do we know has there been any reporting on the story to know what's true? Because obviously there's been a lot of misreporting out there on both sides.
Right, and that's the problem because on the news, people who covered the people who, I forgot what news channel it was, but the people who covered the story, they went along with the police and was like, yeah, you know, it's true what the police said. They went along with the police. They wrote it in the newspaper to say that it was true that the man had a gun, but it was never, the video of what happened was never released to the public. And the reason why they say it was never released to the public was because they said it was too gruesome to show the public. But how was that too gruesome when if you look into the public network and the things that they showing to the public, well, it ain't gruesome.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't let me get to talking about all the people who've been murdered
Right.
the videos that they've been putting out into the news for us to see. So how is this too gruesome? Why they want to put the evidence out and show us what happened to this man?
This is true. Lots of police departments, and actually this is crazy because lots of police unions actually fight tooth and nail to make sure that police officers, when they do things like this, can help keep lots of this stuff under wraps, to never be released to the public. It can only be like circulated inside of the department, which in lots of places and lots of times can be corrupt. So the officers can never have to face public scrutiny, or no one can, no outside body can go over what happened in the video. So it's only between the police and their internal investigation, and it's left alone. It's the same way why, what was it? I forget where it was, but some union boss for police was really mad over some legislation that was brought up, forcing police officers to go every time they pull their weapon and point their weapon at anything, they had to write that down. And they were he was super pissed because he didn't want he was like, well, police officers are gonna think twice and 3 times and 10 times over pulling their weapon because they don't want to do the paperwork for it. Like, excuse me? That's you having the ability, the authority to kill someone indiscriminately and not document it whatsoever and just drag them off. And so for the media, none of the people who you're supposed to be protecting and serving can look at what just happened here. Not really. That's what you call that's what you call okay? Wild. This man is based low-key and low-key hot, but I'm not gay. Okay, it's okay. It's all right. He's indeed sexy. All right. Like,
right
my
now,
chat.
I'm still looking for the evidence. Like when y'all go back, ask them, where's the video that shows that DeSoto, that he had a cell phone?
Right.
And until we had that video, we want justice for DeSoto. Everybody wants justice.
Chat's horny as hell right now. My man's got a got a bear skin rug on his chest too. Wild.
Can I ask you something though? Because I understand that you're leery of the police. They said he had a gun, and you're saying, well, why did they accept that story, right? We should have some evidence.
No, I'm not saying why. What I'm saying is, why didn't they give out the evidence? Why didn't they show the video of what happened? They never showed the video. They never showed the video of the officer who had shot him. They never showed the video that was on him.
Yeah.
I read the story. They never showed the video. So how are they able to just throw it away? Just throw the whole case away? Just, like, come on now. If it was a black man, if somebody say a black man stole the president's daughter, but they ain't got no video to show it, they ain't finna just throw it away. They finna go frisk down every black man till they find the president's daughter. So why isn't they giving justice for this man?
That's true. Racial profiling has been proven in lots of places. Discrimination among the police. You know, this happens, Chief. I could lick his chest. No, okay, all right, chat. All right.
Well, what if he did have a gun? Because
it's what if. We don't give a fuck about it. What if?
No, hold on a second. But my point is, like you said, a lot of people accepted the officer's story.
We wasting time with the what ifs. That's the whole problem. What if? We don't got time for the what ifs.
No, don't we have time for the truth though?
Just the truth. That's
like,
all we got time
for example, George Floyd. Terrible. The man has been charged with third-degree murder, right?
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't expect this dude to be so like salient. Lots of people, when they have opinions, it's very hard for them to conceptualize the feeling that they have in a cogent argument. Not many people can really do that. I'm still working on that, but it's, you know, kind of my job right now to learn how to do that in a way where people can understand the feelings. That's why these sorts of things happen. These protests happen, and they may not even have like a unified voice and to understand. There has to be people going in the news, going on that they interview that can put together a salient sort of argument for the general feeling that these people are pushing out, right? I don't think it's as great for people to just, you know, walk up to random people on the street and ask them, you know, what's this for? What's that for? You're not going to get a good like view of what these people like really believe, because it's hard for people to explain it in a cogent way, because people aren't media trained. They're just people who feel strongly about something, you know? He don't give a fuck about he don't give a fuck about what Crider won. Crider don't care about shit. Look at his face. Oh no, I want to use this. I have to use this as a wait. I have to use this. Wait a second. Wait one moment. I have to use this as a thumbnail. That's hilarious, dude. Look at his face. Wait, I need it. When this goes up, this is gonna be the thumbnail. 110%. Virgin Crowder versus Chad Street Artist. Yeah, Steve Coward, more like it. Yeah, fucking Soy Boy. Yeah, Soy Boy.
Right.
That's a good thing.
He said he got what? No, that's not good.
He got charged with third-degree murder.
It's not good because it happened.
No, I'm saying it's as close to it. Obviously, it wouldn't be good.
No, it's not good because it happened.
No, I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying at least at that point the officer has been held accountable.
No, I don't give a fuck about none of that. That shit don't matter, bro.
So what would you
want?
What
matters is the message get out that was not right. That's what matters.
Well, I think the message is out.
No, I don't think so.
Do you think that breaking windows and the looting gets the message out, or do you think it hurts the message?
All of it is the message. Everything, all of it is a part of the message, whether it's looting, whether it's painting on buildings, whether it's drawing on t-shirts, whether it's wearing certain shoes. All of it is the message, and it all needs to get out.
Here's the point. I've spent an enormous amount of time over the last couple weeks talking about protests, talking about why people protest, talking about how people protest, talking about the conditions put forward that make people protest and that make people riot even more, because even far more violent than a protest can be. People riot for a plethora of reasons, but it's important to understand, like I said before, happy societies don't riot. They don't riot. They have to have a specific amount of conditions that have to pull together. You have to hire this man to your channel, Black Vosh? True. I probably should. That's true. Yeah, one peaceful protest, 30 minutes a day, before curfew comes and the cops kick your knees in and spray and pepper spray you from 10 feet away for standing around. This is enough for one protest. Floyd would be proud. Like, come on. Like, these, obviously, I'm not going to support vandalism of people's private property who were not included in the in anything that happened. I don't support that. I don't support looting. That's not politically efficacious for what you're doing. But it happens. It's like asking why a tornado happens, you know? Did that tornado really have to take that house? I mean, no, not really, but it happened. It was just in the way. It's just casual. It's like a casualty of war. It just kind of happens, and it's sad. And I hope the government can put forward and make sure that these businesses get what they need to open back up in a timely manner. But that being said, like, he's right. It's just part of the message, and it's sad that it had to happen that way, and it didn't need to happen, but it's part of the message as well. And Crowder is trying to essentialize, saying, "Huh, is kicking in windows, does that help you?" He's like, it's all part of the message. It just happens.
Well, let me say, I think this is, I don't know the story exactly. I think this is beautiful.
Ooh, my ear.
I think this, well, that's true. But people can't loot. People can't commit crimes because then that's a violation of other people's rights.
But the police can kill people.
No, they can't. They shouldn't.
But they have been.
They have been. And now people are looting and both are crimes.
No, and now people are rising up. That's what it is. People is rising up. It ain't looting.
Is this rising up?
I'm going to tell you, is it justice when the black man got to die for something he didn't even do? Ask that.
No, it's not justice.
No, it's not.
Neither is looting and rioting.
No, I'm gonna tell you what.
Neither
is
shooting innocent people.
I'm gonna tell you what is looting, and I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you who is getting treated unfairly.
Okay.
Black people is getting treated unfairly. We built this country on our fucking backs every day. We still get up and pay taxes, but yet we still get treated like we are not human. That's what's not fair. That's what's.
Hello? What? Hello? Base department? Is that you? Yes, I have a contender. Oh my god, that's real. Holy crap. This man, honestly, I did not expect him to have such salient arguments, and he's not really debating Crowder right here. He's not engaging with Crowder's arguments really. What he's doing, he's expressing a general sort of a feeling, a general sort of idea. This isn't really a debate. He's just kind of letting loose right now. Very interesting. Extremely interesting. Wow. Wow. You want to talk smooth? Go. Oh, okay. I see. Super interesting. So interesting that I don't want to see it in my chat. Anyways, I honestly didn't expect this guy to have such salient arguments.
Looting, us putting our time into this city and into this state and into this world, and yet we still getting treated like we animals. That's what's looting. So stealing our time.
What should happen? Stealing
our time we could be spending with our families instead of going out here and working these jobs to pay taxes for the same police officers who don't give a fuck about us. That's why the people are looting, because they are showing us that there is no future. Without no peace, there is no future. We sparing y'all. The people are sparing all the.
I'll stop him there for like a quick second. Also, is it a little loud? Is the video been a little loud? I hate you guys. Yeah, they're crazy. Let me know. I see it peeking into the red, and I don't want it to be too loud. I don't know why Crowder, a channel with what is this? A channel with almost 5 million views can't get his audio right, but I don't know. What are you gonna do? He spends too much time being a comedian. He can't have time to put together he can't have time to put together actual audio for his job. But no, honestly, this guy, he's good. He's pretty good. But like I said, he's not like really debating Crowder. And that's kind of what Crowder wants to do. He's trying to bait him into his like talking points, but he's not. I mean, this country, anybody remember the Boston Massacre? Anybody remember like the whole thing that led to the Revolutionary War, the thing that this country, you know, got founded on? It was a bunch of like freaking colonists getting really mad because the crown put too many taxes on teas. like they wanted to drink tea and write on paper, and the crown put like too many taxes on it, and then they got pissed, so they rose up, you know. I mean, that's what happens. Like I said, you have to have a specific set of conditions that make people want to do this, and it's right in line with America. We're violent is what we do.
The people who don't care. All y'all who stay in these high rises and these very expensive buildings, and y'all hiding out.
They should be.
Yeah, y'all should be hiding, because y'all the ones who are turning y'all heads to the mistreatment that's going on.
But what if they're not?
Y'all is getting spared right now because the people in this world is showing y'all that we want peace. We showing y'all that we want a future. That's why everything ain't burned down yet.
That's
so. What also? Yes, this guy. His goal is, you can watch any of Crowder's Change My Mind videos. It's literally just bait people into falling into his like tree, into his like logic tree, logic tree, so he can just kind of like walk through all of the really dumb arguments that it's hard for, you know, normal people to engage with. That's why he doesn't do debates with other people who do politics. He goes to college campuses. He sits on the street in front of parks. So you get just like random people who can't put together like salient arguments because they're just random people. You know, you spend more time living your life than researching crime statistics. You know, most people have probably never loaded up the FBI website. Most people have never looked into like shooting crimes or gun crimes or like the detailed records on immigration or anything, because they want to just live their lives, right? This guy, that's why he wants to go out and flex his muscles. It's like watching Triple H like body slam a 10-year-old, you know? Like, obviously you're going to win. Maybe he'll stand a chance when he's 35 like you, but it's right now he doesn't have the chance because he just doesn't have the capability to. And I don't think it's like reasonable to expect a random person to keep up with like a media trained person who goats them into their talking points. But you know, and Crowder's also trying to slip this guy into talking in a racialized manner. And I like the way this guy's talking. People of the world, you people, those people, the people who don't care, us, you, them. It's not really racialized. None of his context is really racialized. He talks about, when he wants to speak about black people, he says black people. He doesn't. So that's what Crowder's trying to get him into. It's not working, and he just kind of. he's just kind of blowing through him. He's just blowing through all those gates that other people get stuck onto. And he's very righteous. I like this guy.
Showing peace. I don't understand.
That's showing peace.
Because I want to understand. I support.
What is peace? This is, hold on, let me tell you something.
Yeah, well,
United States was raised on America was raised on the Bible. That's what it said, right? But how come the people who so-called run America, who said it was ran off the Bible, is not treating the people like the Bible said the people need to be treated?
Well, it sounds like a lot of generalizations. I think some white people are, and some white people aren't.
Man,
I think
we ain't got time for some. That's the problem, bro. This is the thing right here.
True. You don't have time for some. You know, when people are suffering, you can't be like, well, I mean, some things. I mean, it's kind of true. It's hard to move things very fast in this really. He's mad based. It's really hard to move things fast in this sort of government. It's not meant for things to move super fast. It's just not meant for things to move super fast. But also true. Speed up, but also slow down. All right. I don't want to get TOS'd. You're guilty by association. All right. A model coming in here. I heard cocksucking, boy. No, my channel. I just got to 100 followers, guys. No. Yeah, it's hard for things to move fast in the government that we have. But when people are suffering, am I afraid of the gays? True. I don't want. Like I've been speaking about Le Homos all stream. His talking makes him more sexy. All right. All chat is based. Based loving your homies. Tuck your homie in at night. But no, like this, he's cool. He's good.
Everybody.
I don't even know what more to really add. I can help try to interpret some of the things he said for some people who may not get it. Especially some like center people who may not understand the general message that he's putting out through his feelings and what he's saying. But he's holding his own, Chief.
They need to be held accountability. Accountability need to take action in every nation because black people has to take accountability. Every time a white person call the police,
black people have to take accountability
listen to me for a second.
I've been listening.
Every time a white person call the police, what they say, a black man, meaning black people have to take accountability.
Yeah.
So when these white people is killing these officers, white people need to take accountability for what white people do too.
Sure.
Just like black people take accountability. Every time a black man do something, what do the news say? Black man this and black man that. But let a white man do something. No, and you better not ask this out too. Every time a white man do something, what they say? A man.
No.
Yes, they do. They don't never say white man.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, I mean, what am I gonna say, my man? Maybe he is the CEO of Based. Maybe I don't need to call the Based department. Then they'll pick back up and be like, we know. I don't know. It's true. Like the idea of accountability, it always comes back. It's really easy for some groups of people. he's really lost. He's look at his face. Look at his face. Imagine posting this and thinking that imagine like keeping this up and thinking that it was good for you. No, I mean it's jeez, dude. Wait a second.
That's not. I'm a white man do something. What they say? Man.
No, yeah, it can be very true how it's super easy for certain groups of people, and I'm going to say the majority in this country, which would be white people, to compartmentalize certain aspects of certain groups, compartmentalize certain aspects of the general group that we call white people in this country, right? It was like there was a Twitter thread going around over the last couple days. It was, I don't feel racist. And it was a bunch of people saying, well, you say white people racist, but I don't feel racist. Well, you don't have to. Like we've seen in other examples, you can be very discriminatory against certain groups of people without feeling like you are whatsoever. Your bigotry could be very minute and come in a very, maybe even come in a package that means well. That doesn't mean that you're not spreading bigotry at all. It's very easy for them to compartmentalize certain aspects of their group while generalizing parts of other groups. So black people being violent, right? That happens. We know amongst white people and amongst, in America in general, a black person is seen as just far more violent and far more dangerous. Younger black people, young black males, are seen as much older and much more dangerous than white males, and to a lesser extent, Hispanic males as well. This just happens in society, and it's really sad, and it gets generalized to other groups of people, but it's super easy for them to compartmentalize in other groups. So when I'm speaking here, white people.
No,
yes, they do. They don't never say white man.
Let me ask you this.
That's not fair, bro.
What do you
That's
think, how should I be
man.
held accountable?
Man, listen, man.
I'm trying to see how I can do my part. What do you think I should do?
You know how to do your part. This is what you do. If you're not racist, I'm gonna tell you this, and I hope y'all get this on camera.
I'm not racist.
If you're not racist and you're a white person of any other nationality, or you're any other nation besides black, and you go home and you hear your friends and your people talk about our people like we ain't nothing, but when they go to school, they want to be best friends with us, and they want to be like us, and they want to listen to the music that we produce.
Isn't that a good thing?
I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all need to speak up and tell y'all people to stop being racist. Stop it.
Okay,
because
stop being racist.
Because y'all son.
Stop being racist.
Oh. Steve, I'm going to stop it right here for a second. Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder telling people to stop being racist. And this kind of gets to his idea that if you're not racist, if you're really not racist, do your part and talk to other people and help break down those barriers for the bigotry that they may held consciously or even unconsciously, because what's important is not what you say, it's what you believe. And actions speak louder than words. I think we can all agree with that. And remember, when Crowder says, points to the camera, and he looks deeply into the soul of all of his supporters and everything, and he tells them, stop being racist, stop being racist. You know, he looks into the camera, like you said, and he says, stop being racist. Remember, this is Crowder. This is Crowder. And he stands by all of this still. Remember, this is Crowder. As he points to the camera and tells people that he's to stop being racist and he's not racist. This is Crowder. This is Crowder. This is Crowder. If you don't know where this is, if you don't know what this is a this is from a little skit that Steven Crowder commissioned. It was a little 1 minute video about the squad. So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar, the three congresswomen who came in back in 2018, the freshman congresswomen there, excluding Ayanna Pressley. He commissioned a little skit about them being the Powerpuff Girls, but the intro to the Powerpuff Girls, but beating up like a straight white family and the Constitution and Donald Trump. And in one scene, this character that is depicting Ilhan Omar, which is one of the first ever Muslim congresswomen, you can see here she's wearing a suicide vest, a suicide bomber vest. Yeah. So as Crowder points to the camera and says he's not racist, don't be racist, this is what he promotes. This is what he pushes. This is Crowder. This is really Crowder. Whatever this is, whatever Cell from Dragon Ball Z form that he has taken on right now, some humanoid form to make him seem more passable. This is what he is. This is what really speaks to Crowder's character and what he really thinks about the world and what he really thinks about people. So, there's that.
I don't even see it recorded because y'all sons
It's
and
recording.
y'all daughters,
Stop being racist.
y'all sons and
Stop
y'all
being
daughters
racist.
love us.
Sure.
Y'all sons and y'all daughters, when they come to school, they want to be like us.
True. I can see I just came here to apologize for being white. Sorry for what my ancestors did. Cringe. That's the most cringe shit I've ever heard in my entire freaking life, dude. Yikes. The same way I'm not gonna apologize for some like random black person doing a thing. I don't want you to start to try to apologize for. That's so weird. It has nothing to do with what ancestors did and what how you personally should take on any blame by any random person. Yeah, imagine apologizing to black people. What the fuck's wrong with you, dude? No, it's it's about what you do and what you perpetuate and what you know, your actions now. I don't care about white people apologizing to me. That's really weird. It's really cringe too. Doesn't help anybody. Instead of spending time trying to sarcastically apologize to black people on Twitch, we should spend our time fighting for social justice, Chief. Isn't that right, chat? But it's true. Some of my chatters in here really love this. Some people's sons and daughters out here in my chat really love this guy for want to be like us. I remember what was that? It was some meme. It was like it was some dude in a protest holding up a sign. It was like, your daughters love every inch of us, so why can't you? So
Okay. Isn't that a good thing?
Stop telling them to be racist. Stop speaking.
No, I
racist
just said don't be
stuff in front of
racist.
them.
Don't be racist.
That's how you take accountability.
Yeah.
Go home.
Don't be
Go
racist.
home. Don't come out here and pretend in front of your friends because
Yeah.
y'all grouped up and it's 5 white people and y'all want to sit around and talk about black people because they are in a group.
No, I'm
now.
just asking you. I think
Don't
it's
be
good
like
art.
that. Don't be biased.
Well,
don't be a
biased?
mob. I'm just saying. I don't know if it's you, but it could be you. You got the same.
Well, I don't know if you looted, but it could be you. But I'm
Hey,
assuming it's
but
not.
we're not here talking about that though. We're talking about
No,
what
I
the
am.
problem is. No, we're not
I
talking
think the
about.
problem
We're
is
not talking
rioting
about
and
is
looting.
Gabriel looted.
Yeah, I think
Did
that's
you
the
ask me is
problem.
Gabriel looted?
Is your name Gabriel?
Did you ask me is Gabriel looted?
Do you mean like
No,
Archangel,
did not.
Great
You never
Gabriel?
asked me is Gabriel looted. So that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about
I'm
is
talking.
he's actually pretty good at sliding right through these traps. I I am very surprised that he's pretty good at sliding through these traps. He smells Crowder's bullshit from a mile away and turns the opposite direction. It's pretty crazy. Crowder's laid some traps for him and he hasn't fallen into a single one yet. Somebody get this guy a show. I feel like he'd have a really good like intermittent show in between two of the primetime hour shows where he just goes off and talks for like 10 minutes. It's like it'd be like Tommy Lauren's show, whatever. What's it called? I don't know. I was gonna say Time's Up. That's not it. What's it called? Tommy Lauren's like little show that she had. I forget. But it was like a short little thing where she just gets really mad at something and then it goes to the next show. I think it'd work.
How do we hold accountability? How do we hold accountability as a nation? That's what's important because that's what's going on. Just like I said, every time your people call
Whoa, that's pretty racist. Don't be racist.
Bro,
don't
that's
say
not
your
racist.
people.
I'm gonna tell you what it
What
is.
if I said your people and
I
said
want
you're all
you to be done
criminals?
talking.
That's terrible.
What that is, that's a fact.
My
That ain't
people
no
what?
racist.
White people
Your
what?
people is the one who's calling the police saying black people. That's not a
I
racist.
don't call the police and say
Listen to
black
me,
people unless
listen
a
to
black
me.
person commits a
Stop
crime.
talking for a second. You came to record me.
I was asking about your art.
Stop talking for a second.
Well, no, I'm asking you a question.
You came to record me. Oh man, my man out here. Was this guy on the debate club or something? He's destroying him. Crowder's getting BTFO'd. Oh my goodness. This is hilarious.
You say you
stop
people.
talking.
I don't think that's
talking.
racist.
You're not even humble enough to stop talking. How you
Go
gonna
ahead,
come
sir.
to ask black people about what they're going through, but you can't even humble yourself to stop talking?
You talk most of the
And
time.
you want to waste my time?
I want to
Man,
know
listen,
what should we do?
Listen.
I'm listening.
Listen.
Yeah.
Your people, when they call the police
White
on our
people.
people,
White
yes,
people.
when the white skin complexion call the police on the black skin complexion, they say black people.
Yeah.
So that means that nations need
Some
to
people do.
And that's not a racist
But not
comment.
all white people.
Just listen, man. Stop interrupting me, please.
Well, you just said you people.
Stop interrupting me, please.
Go ahead.
Your people, white people, is what I said.
Right.
And that's not a racist comment. That's a fact. 'Cause
You
that's
said-
what. Stop. Don't
No,
interrupt me.
but you're wrong. You're
Don't
saying
interrupt
racist
me.
shit,
Don't
man.
interrupt me.
You can't say you people do and then
This-
say not all white people are the same.
Hey,
Just like not all black people are the same. Not all white people are the same. Just like not all black people are the
I'm
same.
done talking.
Does the owner know that you're doing this? Did you talk with him about it? Is this art or graffiti?
That's it. This is the same thing that happened in Crowder's debate with that little socialist kid. He called him a retard and then he just completely shut down. In the context when he said you, your people, my people, I usually don't like that. I'm going to be completely honest. I usually don't like that language. I really don't. But for what I'm doing, it's not good. It's this art or graffiti. Yep. Yeah, he lives. Yeah, it's this art or graffiti. Yep. Thank you. Because it can only be one of the two. Is this something like the Mona Lisa, or is this one of that gang art? Excuse me, sir. Is this one of them's graffiti? Is this a gang art? Are you engaging in gang activity at this moment, good sir? Like This is I can't. I was gonna say I'm so angry. You know what the real racist is? Twitch. I can't say the N-word. I want to derogatorily use the N-word. Do you want to? Okay. We'll pull it up. We don't use the R word. We don't use the R word as an insult here, but we can refer to it. It's this art or graffiti, and he's just done. He's just done talking.
Okay. Is it art or is this your business?
Thank you, bro.
He's about to ask again. Is this art or graffiti? Was this the? Oh.
Your business?
Thank you, bro.
It's not your business?
This interview is over. I'm gonna start recording. You keep harassing.
Is this a business?
Yeah.
Is it your business?
Now. No.
Okay. Let's have someone call the police about to find out if it's a business.
Oh, and then Crowder calls the police. Oh, man's painting on a wooden board in the middle of Dallas, and Crowder's like, "We need the police out here." Calling the cops. There you go. Yep. Karen Crowder, louder with Karen. Yep. This right here disproved his entire point. He proves. What's this guy? Calvin? What's his name? What did he say his name was? Wait, I want to find out what his name was.
About what they're going through, but you police saying black people. How do you hold accountability? Is Gabriel alluded?
Gabriel.
Ask black people about what.
Gabriel.
Is he okay with it?
Calls up on Gabriel. My man's just literally painting a portrait of some guy who may have been extrajudiciously murdered by the police, and the police are withholding the evidence to stop the community from finding out what actually happened. And Crowder's like, "We need the police out here. This is wait, we need to call a name. Canvas Crowder. He'll go in the record books like Barbecue Becky. Canvas Crowder out here Louder with coward. What a piece of garbage, dude. Wood frame. Yup. It probably won't even be up. It probably won't be up for days. We don't even know if the glass is broken behind there. They call the cops on us for doing nothing. Literally 2 minutes later. Can we get the cops out here?
Don't get behind me.
Okay with it twice.
He said, "Don't get behind me."
The business owner?
More than
No,
once.
he's done this twice.
He's done this twice at the business.
Business is
Y'all see
okay
this?
with it.
What's the name of the business owner? Who's
He's
okay
using
with
his
it?
white privilege to try to stop me.
So y'all-
Well, if it's vandalism,
This is
I'm saying-
vandalism.
I think it's
Let's
beautiful.
just be done with
But
this.
how about this?
Coward, bro.
I'll bring in a
You're a
canvas.
coward.
How am I a
You're a
coward? I just sat there and
coward.
spoke with you.
You're a coward.
Really?
You can't face me. You're
Coward with Crowder. Yeah, it's the saddest thing is he was actually able to get away with like breaking TOS, where he repeatedly mocked that one Vox reporter for his like sexuality for like 3 years, and then YouTube wasn't going to do anything, and people just had to make a big spat until YouTube did something and they demonetized his channel finally. Yeah. Never felt so much pleasure. Are you beating off to this guy right now? Is that what you mean? Vabadon finds out that he's gay in this debate.
coward.
I'm facing you right
What's
now.
your name?
My name's Steven Crowder.
You're a coward.
What's your
Stephen
name?
Coward.
What's
Stephen Coward.
what's your name?
Stephen Coward, he got him.
Gabriel Thomas.
Gabriel
And
Thomas.
You're being a coward.
How am I being a coward?
Because you're
I'm
trying to
trying
stop
to
me.
talk. I'm not, I
You're
do.
trying
I
to
don't
stop
think you should
me.
vandalize.
You're trying to stop me.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I
I
think
ain't
there's
vandalizing
vandalism.
nothing.
Encourage murals out
Vandalizing.
here.
that's
You
not
encourage murals, but
vandalizing.
does the business owner
Get out
encourage
here.
murals?
Get out of
Every
here.
business
Get out of
here
here.
encourages
Get out of here.
murals.
Every single business.
The government
Be gone.
Here, the city government here encourages murals. The community station.
What about the business owners?
The business. There's murals on every fucking wall.
But there's also vandalism on every wall.
This isn't vandalism. We
I
encourage
don't know if
murals.
it's vandalism or not.
Is this art or is this graffiti? What? Crowdy. Coward. That's what it was meant to say. Look, it's pointing right at him. It's just misspelled. It's supposed to say coward. Look, louder with coward. What a piece of garbage, dude.